Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Somerville Serpents, and I am Tyreek. And in today's video, we are going to talk a little bit about pairing our males and females during breeding season. Obviously, if you follow the channel, you know this is our first year breeding, so we don't have an astronomical number of females and males that we're pairing up. But I would like to touch on some topics as far as dropping temperatures, what we keep our ambient temperature, room temperature, and our hotspot temperatures at, what's been working for us so far, what hasn't been. I'm going to show you how we pair and what steps we take to do that. And yeah, that's just about it. But before we get into that, I just wanted to have a quick discussion about Brian Barczyk today. I'm sure most of you guys out there know, whoever watches his vlog daily, know, and excuse my language, but quite frankly, the bullshit news that he shared this morning. I've never had the pleasure, I should say, of meeting Brian. I've never even got to have a conversation with him. But that man, his spirit is just contagious. He has touched so many people in this world. He's touched me. It is an absolute shame. So if you didn't get to catch his vlog this morning, I suggest you guys go check it out. But the long and short of it is, a few weeks ago, he let everyone know that he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. He's been super, super positive up until this point about beating it and fighting and carrying on his legacy and his plans for the future and everything else. And then this morning, he, give me 1 second. I'll let these little babies out. Jesus, you savages. Anyways, so he shared some devastating news that the tumor from his pancreatic cancer is surrounded by veins and arteries, so that it's pretty much inoperable. It's just shattering news. For the rest of the information, he'll explain, he'll go deeper into it. It's not my personal business. I don't want to get into all the details that he publicly shared. I think everyone should go over to his channel and spread some love and some joy and some kind words to him. Man, but it's literally just heartbreaking. I was really hoping, and I still plan on, hopefully there's some miracle for him. But if worst case scenario and there isn't, I still plan on meeting him. I've been looking into lately booking a tour at his aquarium house and booking a night visit to the reptarium, hoping that he's there. I really want to be able to meet him in person. I would love for my family and my children to be able to meet him. He's been such a positive influence. Like I said, his laugh, his smile, everything about him, man. His positivity, the way he carries himself, the way he tries to brighten this community and educate people, it's just infectious, man. That he didn't hit 4-point-something million followers on YouTube for no reason. He put in the work. He's a founder of this community. He helped shape it to be what it is. But with that being said, man, I don't want to drag that part on too long. Brian, my thoughts are with you and your family. I'm absolutely heartbroken about the news, and I know you don't know me from a can of paint or a hole in the wall, but you have literally millions of people out here that love you, that you have inspired, and that would not be in this industry if it wasn't for you. Whether it's that as a big breeder, a hobby breeder, little just a collection breeder for their own private collection, or anything else like that. You've touched many people's lives, and I appreciate everything you've ever done for this community and for the positive influence that you've been on me. Again, thank you. And with that being said, we're going to get into breeding season pairings and stuff like that. So first thing I want to talk about is right here. We're going to come take a look at our thermostat. And as you can see, it's set to 88.5. We let that temperature sit at we let that temperature sit for about 16, 18 hours out of the day. We do give it about an 8 to 6 hour drop, but we only drop it down to about 84.5, 85 degrees. So only like a 3.5, 4 degree temperature drop, if that. Nothing crazy, huge. I'm afraid of running the risk of my animals catching a respiratory infection with the lower temperatures and the high humidity. That would be worst case scenario, especially now since I'm pretty sure one of our girls is going to go. I'd hate for her to catch a respiratory infection while pregnant. That would be devastating. So we do a tiny bit of a temperature drop. Our ambient room temperatures, as you can see, we have this over here. It cycles between 70 to 80 degrees throughout the day, depending how warm it gets throughout the day, how cool it gets. If you take a look around our little room here, we do have a couple heaters. We have another one there over the couch. I know I'm giving you guys a room tour. Don't mind my ripped up couch. That's what happens when you have dogs, guys, and crazy children. But anyways, yeah, so we obviously keep our room at a certain temperature. We do a little bit of a temperature drop. And we do pair about every 3 weeks here. I know some people say it's only once a month. Some people say you only really need to pair 2 or 3 times per season if you have an ultrasound and you're able to tell when your girl's follicles are growing. We do not have an ultrasound at this moment. We should be picking one up, though, in the next couple weeks. So let's cross our fingers for that deal ends up going through. And yeah, so I'm just going to show you guys real quick. We do have one of our males in with our females right now, and which is what gave me the whole idea to shoot this video. As you can see, we got a couple fresh sheds. I think he's I was told that he's locked up before, but he hadn't been paired up this season. I know it's a little messy, but we put another male shed in there, a smaller male, but he is producing plugs. Another female shed in there, hoping just to get all the extra pheromones going. He's sitting on his ass. He's decided not to do anything. So it is what it is. But hopefully maybe he'll get it going. I had the same kind of luck with Apollo at first when I started pairing Apollo. And now every time I put him into Shiva's enclosure, he locks with her like it's his friggin' one and only job. So hopefully things will kick in with Artemis too. We're going to keep trying. I know it's late in the season. If she doesn't end up going, she doesn't end up going. So we went from 3 to 4 pairings this year. We're gonna take this real quick. You're gonna check this out. We have Apollo, our mahogany pied male. Just gonna hit my hands with some hand sanitizer real quick. We are gonna take Apollo. All right, buddy. I'm gonna take Apollo. Yep. 1 second, honey. I'm gonna take Apollo here. Yep. We're gonna pull Shiva's tab out. You see, beautiful mahogany pied male. Shed out recently. So he's good. He's eaten recently, everything. Hold on, back up a little bit. Don't want her to get you. So we're gonna thank you, Jonathan. That's all right. It's all right. We're gonna take him. It's all right. Don't think. We're just gonna place him down right in here. She's fine. She's fine. Now again, just real quick, we always, once we put the male in, mist them down real quick. They don't really like the cold water misting, but it's just to help with the pheromones, get them going. And then we'll mist down everything else. I know the tubs look a little dirty at this second, but during the breeding season, we do allow them, we leave some urates and stuff in there. If we see poop, obviously we take that out. But that's it. We'll take our male every 3 weeks. We'll throw him in. We'll mist them down. If we have the sheds from another male, a breeder-sized male, we'll throw it in there, especially for the younger males or males that are not locking, hoping to coax them into breeding. We'll take them. And then next up, we're going to do another one real quick. So we're going to take our other boy right here, and he's been itching to get at something. My hook, please. He's been itching to get at something. I got him to actually take a meal the other night. Again, for the first time in like probably about a month, he stopped eating. He did take another mouse for me. So we're going to give him one more attempt at breeding. If he does go off of food again, we will stop pairing him again. He was at about 1,200 grams. He's down to about 1,050. So he's all right. Hasn't lost too much weight. He's 2018, so he's already 5 years old. He knows what he's doing. This girl is a little feisty. She struck at me yesterday opening up her enclosure. So she's all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop this male in. Again, like I said, the urates we will leave in there. Sometimes we'll take the male, instead of just dropping him in, we'll let him crawl in, decide what he wants to do. Now this is a lesser to a butter, so obviously we're trying to make bells. We're going to let them crawl in. Again, we're just going to take some water. We're going to mist them down real quick just to get the pheromones going. Spray it down. We'll leave the urates in there. And that's it, just like that. That process is just rinse, recycle, repeat with however many females and males you have. If you have a male going to multiple females, you'll stick him in for that 4 day period that you want to leave him locked in with the female. Unless you see a lock, then you can obviously take your males out if you've witnessed a lock and cycle them through the next male. Then you'll attempt to leave him in for the 3 or 4 days. Obviously, again, unless you witness a lock. If you have another female, so on and so forth. If not, you take them back out, give them a break for whatever the time period is that you guys decide to do in between your pairings. So for us, it would be a 3-week gap, and then we would cycle them through again. And pretty much that's it. Yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys a quick example of how we kind of left our room, what we do temperature-wise, and how we cycle our males with our through our females. And also, yeah, sorry, one last thing. So what we've learned, what we do, what works for us here is always moving your male into your female's enclosure. That's where she's comfortable. That's her home. You want to keep her as comfortable in her conditions as possible. So, which is why we don't change all the bedding during the breeding season, or unless obviously it starts to get moldy or it gets super wet, or if it's obviously too dry, we'll mist it down. We'll take the urates out after a little bit, but not while we're pairing. But anyways, yeah. So with that being said, again, best wishes out to Brian and his family. And that's it. Peace, love, and blessings from my family to yours. Have a great night.